Hi everyone, I wanted to share how I made the blank space cake using no balloon. First off, my son and I made the fake blood using seedless raspberry jam, watered down until blood-like, and then I used about a half teaspoon of red gel food coloring to really get that vibrant color. This was my first time cutting a heart shape from a round cake. I kind of messed up a little bit, as you can see in the second layer, but buttercream is your glue and it will hold everything together for you. The full recipe is on my website at cococakeland.com. I used 8-inch round cake layers and a sharp knife. I actually baked 3 cake layers, but I found that 2 was tall enough. So really you just spackle together the heart shape using your buttercream and your hands to smoosh it together. Once you frost the whole thing and chill it in the fridge, everything will hold together. Next, I used a spoon to outline where I wanted to have the blood. Then I used a large spoon to dig out the divot of cake. And we ate the cutout cake, of course. Then I used a spoon to pat down the cake hole a little bit before I frosted it. So next, to create a barrier so the jam wouldn't seep into the cake, I frosted the divot with buttercream. After that, I chilled the whole thing again until the buttercream was firm. From there, I did my second coat of buttercream to make everything smooth and crumb-free. I used a cake bench scraper to smooth the sides, and then I used an offset spatula to smooth the top. Next, very carefully spoon in the jam, but don't fill it all the way to the top of the divot, as you don't want it to goosh out. Then, using a piping bag fitted with a large open circle tip, pipe carefully across the jam hole, kind of like you're creating a buttercream bridge. After this, you want to very carefully smooth the buttercream with your offset spatula, as gently as if you were petting a newborn kitten. Okay, so now that the bloody surprise is safely inside the cake, you can add the ruffly buttercream border. I used a large multi-opening tip. Squeeze the piping bag and pull away to make a tail, then pipe the next shell on top of the tail you just made. You can also make your cake much fancier with other types of piping tips. Check out my channel for lots of examples of vintage cakes and buttercream piping, but we were anxious to get to the stabbing. So once the borders were done, I used a small open circle tip to write out blank space. I'm not the best at writing on cakes, but I think I did an okay job. And once you are finished with your writing, you can give it a spin and get ready for the stabbing. Without the balloon, the blood doesn't really spurt out quite as violently, but I think we did a pretty good job at stabbing it and making it pretty gory. And the best part of all, it was super tasty. Would you try it with balloon or no balloon?